Hey. All right, all right, hey, thanks guys so much for coming out here. Dave lost a lot of weight. That's good, right? Yeah. I've actually lost some weight too. I lost 60 pounds. Yeah. It's my daughter. She's about this tall, brown hair. Answers the name Jesselyn. No. I did lose 60 pounds, I really did, and it's getting colder, so I have to change some of the exercises. I was doing a lot of exercises outside, a lot of walking, a lot of running, stuff like that, and now I have to do different exercises. When you do different exercises, you learn things about yourself. Like I did some yoga with my wife, and I learned that my feet smell like garbage. I had no idea, because I'd never gotten that close to them. I'm just like, you're down there, I'm up here, we don't bother each other. But then when you do yoga, you get really close to them, you go, oh my God. What's happening? They smell like garbage. Not like the worst garbage, not like a dumpster behind SeaWorld on a hot day in Florida. It's not that bad yet. It's just like a regular garbage can that you stuff down just so you can get one more day out of it. Like, I don't have to address the situation yet. It's a problem. It needs to be taken care of. Just not yet the time. There's other things to work on first. I was walking downtown yesterday and I saw a shirt that said The Return of the King on it. And it wasn't a reference to the Lord of the Rings movie. It was a reference to LeBron James coming back, and it was in the font of Return of the Jedi. And as soon as I saw that shirt, I'm like, ooh, I want that shirt. And then I thought to myself for a second, I'm like, you know what? I don't want that shirt. I think I want a Return of the Jedi shirt. And then I thought to myself for a little bit longer, I said, you know what? I don't think I want a Return of the Jedi shirt. I think I want to be 10 again. I think that's all I really want. That's why guys wear shirts with like superheroes on it and stuff, because you're like, reminds me of when I was happy. Yeah. If you see a married guy wearing a Captain America shirt, his wife is the supervillain. The Winter Soldier is trying to steal Saturdays from him. She must be stopped. I liked being 10. 10 was a good age, just your dick wasn't running the show yet. Like, it was just a utensil for urinating and writing your name in the snow. Like, school was fun a little bit because there's still recess. You could go outside and play with your friends. I remember when it was cold, though, in Ohio, we wouldn't do recess outside, which was a bummer because you're like, oh my God, it snowed. I'm going to go to school after lunch. We get recess. I'm going to go outside. I'm going to play with my friends in the snow. All my friends are going to be there. We're going to build snow forts. We'll build snowmen. We'll have snowball fights. It's going to be amazing. And they're like, no, we can't do that. What we're going to do is just have you sit in the classroom that you're in the rest of the day, and you can play board games at a reasonable noise level. And that's what you do because you're a kid. You don't know how to fight back yet. You're like, they're adults. We do what they say. I don't know. I don't know about revolution yet. I'd play Monopoly with friends. I had friends that played Monopoly in different ways. I had one friend that he played Monopoly by the rules, exactly. Followed every rule to the T. There was no little extra money in the middle or anything like that. Just play by the rules. And then at the end of recess, he'd write everything down, draw pictures of where things were, so that the next time we had into a recess, he could start again from the same exact spot. It would take us a whole winter to play one game of Monopoly. Yeah, you mock him, but that kid's going to get us on an asteroid again. Not this, like the next time. When the one that we have to blow up, that's going to be that kid. He's going to be the one that got us there. And then there's another friend that I had, and he would play Monopoly his own way. There was no real rules. There was no rhyme or reason to it, but you could play it really fast. You could play about 13 or 14 times all the way through in an entire half-hour recess. It was great. It was ADD Monopoly. It was like, you landed on that. Game over. You won. This is jail Monopoly. Whoever lands on jail wins. Just make it up. And then the way I played Monopoly, I had the same. I played, no matter if we were playing by the rules or we were playing the fun way, I would play one way, and that's I would just throw the dice too hard so it would go under girls' desks so I could try and look at their panties up their skirts. One time I threw it way too hard, it went under my teacher's desk, and that's the first time I ever saw a thong. Which is weird, because Father Michelson didn't seem like a thong kind of guy, but... That's a great joke. I didn't go to Catholic school, but it's a great joke. They would argue one time, my friends that played Monopoly in these different ways, they argued for the whole recess about whose Monopoly was better. They didn't even play. They wasted the whole time just arguing, and then it got to that point where it got real serious, and they decided to settle the argument by deciding whose dad could beat up the other one's dad. That's how you know arguments for kids that were pussies that couldn't actually fight got to a level. Like I was like, my dad could beat up your dad. Oh, the gauntlet has been thrown down. That's how I wish we solved problems now. Everybody's arguing about stuff on Facebook and in social media, and there's all these problems in the world that we're very aware of because of the internet, and that's what we should do. Like ISIS is a big problem, right? We should solve this problem. We don't know how, but it'd be easy if all we had to do was get ISIS's dad to fight America's dad. So like ISIS's dad is an old Muslim guy probably, right? And America's dad would probably be like Barack Obama's dad, which a lot of people also think is an old Muslim guy. But I would feel completely fine if we cheated. Like, we don't have to follow the rules. And what we should do is we should get The Rock to adopt Barack Obama so he's legally his father. Because I don't think they would know. They'd be like, ISIS would be like, well, Barack the Rock, it's a family name. Seems to check out. I guess they win fair and square. But then we have to teach the Rock to really fight and not just like stomp on the ground. I work on the radio, and I grew up in Ohio. So I know a lot of people that are white that are mad that we can't say the N-word. Just family members and callers. They just go, it's a travesty. We're losing our freedom of speech. And I'm like, nah, it's not that. It's not that. Like, you can say it. There's just consequences that are usually painful. And you can say anything you want in our country. You just have to deal with the consequences. And you can use any word you want. If you want there to be no consequences, you just have to wait for it to go out of style. Like, sir, if I call you a Slubberdegullion, you're not going to fight me. But if it was 500 years ago, we were in Europe, and we were both wealthy white people, you would take off a glove, slap me in the face, challenge me to a duel, and then we'd fight in the street until one of us was dead over a word that no longer has a meaning. Okay. And that's the thing, like, that's what we can do. Like, if you really, really want to use the N-word without any consequence, all you got to do is cryogenically freeze yourself. Wait about 500 years, thaw out, then you can come out and you can be like, N-word, 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 all you want. And people aren't going to know what you're talking about. They'll be like, dude, this is America, speak Spanish. I don't use that word. I say the N-word because I'm trying to be politically correct, and I don't use it for a very specific reason. It's not because I'm afraid of the consequences. It's not because I'm trying to spare people's feelings. The reason I don't say that word is because I believe in God. But not the Christian God, and not the Jewish God, and not the Muslim God, and not even the creepy old Greek gods that used to create people and then diddle them. I don't believe in any of those gods. The God I believe in is the God that was played by Morgan Freeman in the movie Bruce Almighty. That's the God that I'm afraid of. So I don't use the N-word because I don't want to die and then end up at the gates of heaven and look Morgan Freeman in the eye and then have him ask me if I ever use the N-word in like a hateful way, and then because then he'll give you a long guilt-ridden speech. I've been called a lot of things by a lot of people, hurtful things. That word, that's the worst. Makes you feel like less of a man. Not a macho man, but a human. I wasn't the first one to be called it. I won't be the last. Just tears you down. Brings you pain. Hurts a lot. But not as much as this. And then with a flick of his wrist, he removes my skin from my body and pushes me into a hot tub of a Tabasco sauce and says, looks like John Doe's got the upper hand now. That was going to be the end, but that's fine. No, thank you guys very much. My name is Bill Squire. Have a great night. Thank you guys. You made this an awesome time.